This is a definition of political suicide. A major nation shutting nuclear power plants despite looming winter shortages will cause severe harm to millions, of course. This is by Jack McAvoy, Daily Caller News Foundation, WDN. German Economy Minister Robert Habeck said on Sunday that the government is unlikely to delay shutting down its 3 remaining nuclear plants despite the nation's desperation to shore up its energy security, according to Reuters. Germany is urging its citizens to cut energy usage in preparation for a harsh winter. It would be political suicide for them not to keep the plants online, Dr. Benny Peiser, director of Net Zero Watch, told Daily Caller. German Economy Minister Robert Habeck said Sunday the country is unlikely to delay shutting down its 3 remaining nuclear plants, which are scheduled to close by the end of the year, despite its scramble to save energy ahead of winter. Habeck, who is a member of Germany's Green Party, told citizens that keeping the plants running would only save about 2% of German gas use during the government's open door day in Berlin. Habeck deemed that the gas savings were not substantially enough to warrant delaying the shutdown due to the existing German consensus against nuclear energy. The main policy agenda of Habeck's party is to close nuclear plants down, so it would be difficult for them to U-turn on this agenda. This is what Dr. Benny Peiser, director of Net Zero Watch, told Daily Caller. He says they care more about getting rid of nuclear energy than climate change because they are now going back to using coal. Habeck argued that keeping the plants open was the wrong decision, given how little we would save, according to Reuters. Nevertheless, the economy minister declared that he was willing to prolong the lifespan of 1 nuclear reactor in Bavaria if a stress test for the nation's power supply determined that it was necessary. The test's findings, which will determine how well the nation will fare if Russia cuts off the supply of natural gas this winter, are expected in the next few weeks. Previously, it was reported that Germany was seriously considering keeping the plants operating past their scheduled closure in an effort to bring down the nation's skyrocketing energy prices. However, the German Federal Ministry for Economic Affairs and Climate Protection directly denied this in August 16 press release. Peiser stated the government would not survive the winter if they shut down the plants. It would be political suicide for them not to keep the plants online. Habeck also told the public not to be alarmed about the possibility of gas shortage during the colder months, saying that if businesses and households cut their usage by 15 to 20%, Germany has a really good chance of making it through the winter, reported German media outlet Deutsche Welle. Peiser said the government is underestimating the energy crisis that will cause severe harm to millions. Former Chancellor Angela Merkel introduced legislation with the support of the majority of voters to terminate the use of nuclear power by the end of this year. However, as Russia continues to reduce its gas deliveries through Nord Stream 1 pipeline, Germany is scrambling to increase its fuel supplies in preparation for winter. Germany accused Russia of restricting energy supply to raise prices as a response to European sanctions. Russia denies this, attributing the situation to both technical issues and Western sanctions. Peiser said they are under huge public pressure to keep the plants running. Germans are becoming increasingly open to expanding the use of nuclear power as their nation's energy crisis worsens. An August poll conducted by a German political institute showed that only 15% of those surveyed want the nuclear plants to be switched off as planned December 31, 2022. Additionally, the poll showed that 41% of Germans support the extension of the remaining plants for several months, while another 41% would support the use of nuclear energy in the long term. The German Green Party and Ministry for Economic Affairs and Climate Protection did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.